What's going on, everybody? Sliding Dutchman here, and today it's the answers of the Q&A video. I posted a video, I think 2 videos back, and also a post on Instagram asking you guys like, do you have any questions for me, things you want to know about the car, the build, the whatever. Just ask me some questions and maybe I can do a little Q&A video. Now I got some reactions, enough to do a video, so let's get the questions out. So the first question is from Thomas, who is helping me sometimes with the car, and he's asking, when are you gonna let me drift again? Because I let him do a lap last drift event on Lelystad. I would say if there's a safe opportunity to do so. That track had so much runoff space, and as you noticed, it was a lot more difficult than you thought. So only when there's like like a lot of room for error. Also, just get your own and get sliding. Damn it. He's asking, and are there new mods coming, like a Whistling Willy or Hiroshima hairdryer, or even a yin yang spinny things? Well, I would love to have more power. I can do a different engine swap and go that route, or do a turbo. Now a turbo is on my bucket list, so I would love to do a turbo on this car. Then again, this is an aluminium block, it's just a 2-liter. I don't know if this is the perfect engine to put a turbo on. Yeah, of course, get a 2.8 or 3-liter, that will be better. But can this engine hold it? Sort of. So I'm planning, if I'm doing it, I'm only doing like low boost, just to give it a little extra oomph, so it will be able to drift in the dry more, or at least more easily. Now I need a lot of speed and momentum, and then it's hard to keep the revs up. So if I have a little bit extra horsepower, that's helping me to keep the revs up as soon as I'm sliding. That will be my goal. So I think if you have a 250 horsepower, that should be enough. Also, if I'm gonna put more power through the drivetrain, I need to fix the diff, or not the diff, the subframe. I need to replace the bushes. I need to put a the reinforcement plates in, stuff like that. So, and the clutch, because the clutch is still fine, but the throwout bearing is whining a bit. So then the second question is, so how about the other builds? What's in your garage? Love to see a video of how your love of cars started. That is a nice video to do, and I would love to do that. Just check all the other cars I have, all the other cars, 2 more. Yeah, I would love to do a video like that, and then maybe how my love of cars started, sort of weave that into it, really pick it up from there, and then my car history or things that I've done, and the cars that came along with it. That would be a nice video, but it's gonna be a lot of editing. I'm not that experienced, but I will give it a try, so thanks for the suggestion. Then we have the question, will you shave the beard and keep the stash for Movember? And are you going to get a PC? Or build a PC? I'm not gonna shave the beard off. My girlfriend doesn't even know me without a beard. I had a beard since I was like, what, 16? In that area when it started growing, I had like a little goatee, or just it evolved to something, but it was always hair on my chin basically. It's part of my I don't know, things that people remember me by. I sometimes meet people and I'm like, yeah, I remember you, and I have no idea who you are. And it's just because I'm that guy with the big orange beard, and it's been cut in half. It's a lot shorter. It was like here. If you click a few videos back, it was a lot longer. Even as you maybe seen the video if you follow me for a longer time, we went to a event called HEM, Honda Euromeet. So many people that remembered us, or me, because they were the guys with the merchandise with the beard, basically. So I think it's something that sticks. So, and also it's part of me. I'm the guy with the beard, so I will never take it off. Maybe if I'm like in my 50s and I'm starting to get old and wrinkly, I'll take the beard off, and then people are like, whoa, you look so young again. just to surprise people. But no, I'm not gonna take the beard off, and especially not for something like Movember or if I'm gonna do a PC build. Yes, I will do a PC build. Don't know if I'm gonna do it on the channel because I'm a total noob, and I'm just gonna ask for some help from people that I know that have more experience with this, and just throw together some parts to be able to play Assetto like on the PC with all the mods and stuff. Not going to go very high end, just to be able to run it smoothly. Maybe I would love to do a VR setup, but the money it's costing and the less and less that I play games now and then, I can always prepare a little bit for that, so I have parts that I can easily upgrade, or just like everything's up to spec, just upgrade that and I can go VR spec, for instance. But I just want to have a decent PC to basically run Assetto with all the mods and the updated patches, and just smooth. So yes, but I was aiming for it this winter. It's a little bit postponed, otherwise I would have been there already, because it's what, half November. Then another question, it's in Dutch so I need to translate. What else are you going to do about your E36? How often do you have maintenance on the engine or other parts if you use the car the way you use it? So fix the whole drivetrain in terms of beef it up so it can handle more power. If then the drivetrain and everything is set up to handle more power, then we're gonna add some more power. But like I said, the car is basically all like I basically wanted. Just throw a livery on and then we can add some power and just other stuff. I have one gauge here installed. I want more gauges installed. Not for the fact of having more gauges, but I would like to see my oil temp, oil pressure, stuff like that. Because if that creeps up or your oil pressure just drops down, you need to act fast. So, and the factory gauges, I've already noticed with the temp sensor, the factory gauges are like in the ballpark. When the car says it's hot, it's not hot yet, and then there's like so many play between when that says it's hot and starts to overheat. You're like, I don't know, over 120 degrees Celsius on the car. So basically strengthen it up, beef it up, do the full livery, make that all work, the rims, and then add power. And maybe we'll crash it in the meantime and we can do something else. Build a new one. So the next question comes from my awesome little niece. And she's asking me, do you want any more cars? Obviously, yes. No is not an answer for a car guy. Do you want more cars? Nah, I'm fine. No, never. So yes, I would love to have a lot more. And she says, how much and which one? How much? I've never counted to that number. But for instance, I would love to have like a I'll put some pictures on the screen, S13 or a Chaser or the Skyline or R32 preferably, or just all those Japanese legends. But if you look further in the European market, I would love to have an old Mini again. I love a Volvo like I have, but like 740, but then sedan with the old style nose. There's so many cool cars, and as soon as you start digging or you start opening the internet, you're like, oh, that's a cool one, I want that one, and I want that one as well. So if I would ever become a multi-millionaire and I have a big warehouse to store them in, be aware. Then next question, have you ever thought of going professional and go participate in competitions like drifting or racing? I've done some racing, but that was more like just normal track time, not necessarily time attack, just see what kind of track times you put on. And that was fun to do, but I missed a little bit, because as soon as you hit this, you come out of the corner, you go into the next gear and you're on the straight and you're just accelerating. With drifting, you start munging on the straight. There's always something going on, and not saying racing is boring, because racing is pretty damn fun, but drifting is just more my thing. So that's why I was like, I want to do more of racing and more of drifting and less of racing. But I did some like track time, and I went to like a TT Asse which is a circuit here in Holland, or I even went to Nürburgring, Nordschleife. There's also a video on my channel. You need to scroll way back, but I did a lap in my CRX there. Nothing too special because it's like 6-7 hours driving from home, and if anything happens, you're stranded there. But to go professional, you need a lot of money, sponsors, stuff for that. If I ever will be able to do a round of FD, I would love to. Here in Europe it's pretty small. Are some drift events here, of course, in the European. I just named FD because that's the thing everyone knows, Formula Drift. So I would love to do that, but then again, it's costing so much money, and I'm not in it for the money or the. I just wanna drive and have fun. I would love to do a competition though, just grassroots style, like amateur style. Sign up for a competition that is held here on one of the tracks, and just see how far I can come. I would love to have. I have a little trophy on my cabinet, like it says first place car limbo. I went with the CRX, fully slammed, just lowered the core levels to the maximum, and I had, I think, 11 or 12 people in the car to fully squash it down. It was with the body on the ground and just scraping underneath a little wire, because we're doing a car limbo, and I was the lowest car there that time. So I got like first place car limbo, and I was like, okay, that's the show side of things, sort of. I need to win a show and shine maybe then for that. Could be if this car is all like prepped and ready. But I would love to have like a trophy for drifting. If it's a first place, third place, second place, I don't care. I would love to do it just as a to set a goal, basically, to aim for. I don't want to get into serious competition drifting or whatever. It's just something I would like to have done, to do competition and win battles. And so yeah, if the car's fully ready and everything is done, I would love to sign up for a competition. And then last but not least, what's your favorite thing to put on bread? This is what I love. Not a question about drifting. I just ask me anything. What I like to do on my bread, and I'm then guessing in the morning. And I like to start off my day with a breakfast with just a egg. I think boiled or baked, or is it fried egg, or whatever you call it. They say that it's a like a fuel for your body that takes a little bit longer to digest, so you can start off the day with that and go longer without feeling hungry or need to eat again. So I like to just start off the day with that and then skip lunch and only eat dinner. So yeah, egg, that's what I like. Anyways, those were all the questions. I want to thank each and everyone who asked me a question, like massively, for making this video possible. Because it's not just making the video possible, it's giving me the feedback that I can work with to make a video, so making it possible. And I think it's the thought that counts behind that you in a way, this is support, which I really appreciate and I'm grateful for. I've tried to aim for the content that I like to watch, sort of, and I like to know someone's background, because then you can relate more to a person. And sometimes you see a YouTuber, you watch his videos for like 4 or 5 times, and then you start noticing something. It's like, hey, he's not that big shot with a lot of money. He turns out to be a guy that is just able to get by and follow his dreams, for instance. And it's like, I can relate to that, and I hope that with what I'm doing, by just buying the car, doing everything simple steps, I knew someone who can make this cage, and we made it ourselves. It's not perfect, but it's way better than I hoped it would be, so I'm loving it. And I hope that stuff, that kind of work, the everything, if I only inspire one person, then that's for me all worth it. So like, if you want this, you can. It's costs a little bit of money, but then if you put your hard work into it, and it will pay off. And do it your way, especially do it your way. I went to an E36 meet once, and they were all stock bodies, and they looked at me like, what the? And I was that ricer, I was the tuner at the meet. But I'm like, fuck it, I like Japanese car culture, I like the drifting scene and everything. So that's what influences my car. And even though it's a BMW, it's a German car, not Japanese car, I don't care about that. This is the way for me to do it and to enjoy it the way I want. And I highly recommend each and every one of you just do the same. Do whatever makes you happy, and don't let anyone stand in your way of doing that. I mean, you see it so much. People are like, oh, that's cool, and then they got shut down on Facebook for liking something because other people didn't like it, or it's not the trend because, you know, it's hip to have this and this, and if you not have it, who decides that? You know what's hip? To be yourself and to do what you really like to do and to love what you do. That's what I think is the best thing you can do, because if you are yourself, you're being the best version of you. And just, there's so many others already, so be yourself. So on that note, thank you guys for watching, and see you guys in the next video. Peace.